For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. My name is Timothy Poleon. In a moment, you'll be hearing from Jante, going through the comments in the chat rooms, and I'll be hearing from you when you call at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Something has gone viral, and that is the announcement made by the island's Prime Minister earlier this week. And that was made during the presentation of the budget policy statement. And what was that which would have caught the attention of so many of you on the island? Those of you who have taken to Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and that is to express your feelings on this in various forms. When the Prime Minister said all mothers of registered newborn babies will receive a one-time grant of EC $1,000 effective August the 1st, 2026. And let's listen to the Prime Minister in his own words.
All mothers of registered newborn babies will receive a one-time grant of EC $1,000 effective August 1st, 2026.
So let's parse this. Let's go through the words. Let us understand what exactly the message the Prime Minister was conveying to you, which I believe is a subject of misinterpretation on the part of some individuals. The Prime Minister never said to you that we'll be provided with an incentive of $1,000 if you get yourself impregnated. The Prime Minister never said that. And you know, I like to criticize the Prime Minister when it is necessary. When it is absolutely necessary, I do it without any reservations and without any apologies. The man never said, go out there, get yourself pregnant, and I'll give you an incentive of $1,000 as of the 1st of August 2026. Haïtien me dit d'un blanc. If the man never said something, we cannot lay claim to something that he has never said. And you might interpret it how you want. But he never said to go out there and get pregnant and you'll get you $1,000. So that's why I disagree with a lot of you are saying, what will happen after you have gotten yourself pregnant and then you have a baby? You have to take care of that child until he or she reaches 18 years old. That is your business if you decide to get yourself pregnant and you're not in a position to take care of that child. So let's listen to those individuals who might have misconstrued what the Prime Minister said. And, you know, a good friend of mine, producer, well-known producer, well, not the well-known producer to you, but he's the NewsSpin producer. And he has produced at least 2 tracks, and you enjoy them all the time. He has produced a 3rd track in light of this whole, what do you want to call it? This uproar, if you want to call it that. This thing that has gone viral with so many people taking the Prime Minister and the administration to task. He has produced a song. We'll be hearing that in just a moment. But let's listen to at least 2 influencers.
Right? First thing I'm going to ask you, the government, why are things so expensive for our youths on the island, especially the youth stuff? Extremely, ridiculously expensive. You don't see people don't want to do kids. For those that come in on the media and beat their backside about, oh, y'all complaining that those that come in on the media talking about that $1,000 and saying, oh, we not appreciative and we complaining it's a good start, blah blah blah. Y'all not ashamed. And these people that saying that y'all not mothers, y'all haven't endured the pain. Y'all don't know what it's like to bring life as yet. Y'all do not know that, right? Y'all have no idea what it's like to grow a human being inside of your body for 9 months, to go to the hospital bills have to pay, to do ultrasound has to be paid, and all of these things. For the pregnancy alone, $1,000 is not enough at all. That is bare disrespect. And as a mother, and I know exactly what I've been through and what I'm still going through with raising a child, that is madness. And whoever agrees to it and like the idea of it, that is your opinion, and I have my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. But yes, this is bullshit. And this is very ridiculous. I cannot stand to see St. Lucian. St. Lucian always like to settle for folklore. That is why I will turn to the Indian and is blasting your last, because this is ridiculous. Do you know what it's like to endure pain to raise a human being? You come in and tell me you're giving me $1,000 to do a child? What on earth is this? This is absolutely disgusting.
I just came across a very interesting news article online there. Yeah. Budget highlight of 2026 to 2027. And it goes, starting August 1st, 2026, this government will provide $1,000 to every expectant mother for registered births in St. Lucia. This is another major step in supporting families, protecting mothers, and investing in the future of our children. No, sir. You're investing in the birth of the children, not the future. Because, let me tell you something. When you give $1,000 for the birth of the children, right? When the $1,000 finish, what we doing with the children? It's not like we can put them back where they come from, because $1,000 will not sustain them for the future. That's just for the birth. And the whole rest of the time, the future is we that have to put money there. And it's y'all that ask us to bring children on earth. We didn't ask, and we don't want. It's y'all that ask. So You giving us a heads up of $1,000 to bring them on Earth. So when the $1,000 finish, what we doing?
No one is forcing you. No one asked you to produce a child. Again, the Prime Minister said, quote, all mothers of registered newborn babies will receive a one-time grant of EC $1,000 effective the 1st of August 2026. And that track we were talking about, produced by the NewsSpin producer par excellence. And we have christened that track Baby's First K. Listen.
The heat is palpable haze shimmers off the asphalt. The air is thick with the scent of fried fish, ripe mangoes and exhaust fumes. It is loud, a symphony of haggling engines and clattering metal. A small battered transistor radio sits on a wooden crate next to a pile of green bananas. The casing is cracked. The voice coming from it is polished, smooth, contrasting sharply with the gritty surroundings. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. Non, 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 non. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. Moi, voyons bien homme, qu'a marché, qu'a parlé. Il a fait un plan pour pays à changer. Il dit en l'idée qui tout à fait bon pour voter Bali. C'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. I got him when on yeux, il dit moins comme ça. Il n'y a un plan pour femme qui a fait maman là. Rose steps closer to the radio, as if challenging the box. Mais les moins comme ça, il dit moi t'es kaele. Mais la moins comme ça, il dit moi t'es kaele. She stops peeling, she looks up directly into the lens. Parce que non ça, perdit tête li. C'est ça qui veut. $1000, yon seule fois. Mwen zi ou, nom sa pa konet choukoum. She slams the flat of the blade onto the wood. I di, I ka bay $1000 yon sel fwa. Pou anti-mamay, pou l'école, pou docteur, epi pampe wè. Choukoum resume spili, faste now a gitede. I di sa suffisant, pou soin ti fi epi garçon. I di sa suffisant. Burn with frustration. The sunlight catches the sweat on her upper lip. Gade moti, gade yon des ans. She leans in, whispering now, intense, conspiratorial. Nam sa ba konet choukoum, I pa konet la via. I pa konet la via. The heat is palpable haze shimmers off the asphalt. The air is thick with the scent of fried fish, ripe mangoes and exhaust fumes. It is loud, a symphony of haggling engines and clattering metal. A small battered transistor radio sits on a wooden crate next to a pile of green bananas. The casing is cracked. The voice coming from it is polished, smooth, contrasting sharply with the gritty surroundings. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. marché qu'a parlé, il a fait grand plan pour pays à changer. Il dit, en l'idée qui tout à fait bon pour voter Bali. C'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. I got him when on il dit moins comme ça. Il y a un plan pour femme qui a fait maman est là. Rose steps closer to the radio, as if challenging the box. Mais les moins tonnes ça il dit moi t'es kaele. Mais la moins tonnes ça il dit moi t'es kaele. She stops peeling, she looks up directly into the lens. Parce que non ça perdit tête li. C'est ça qui veut. $1000 yon seule fois. Moi dis non ça pas connaître choukoum. She slams the flat of the blade onto the wood. Il dit, il ka bay $1000 yon seule fois. Pour anti-maman, pour l'école, pour docteur, et puis pampe oui. Choukoum resume spinning, faster now I get it. Il dit ça suffisant, pour soin de filles et puis garçons. Il dit ça suffisant. Burn with frustration. The sunlight catches the sweat on her upper lip. Oh yeah, gade moti, gade yon déson. She leans in, whispering now, intense, conspiratorial. Nam sa pa konet choukoum, I pa konet la via. I pa konet la via.
Baby's First K, we call this track, produced by the NewsSpin music producer. Let's hear from you right now at 452-2979, 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. And once again, Shanti is here going through your comments in the chat rooms, and she'll be having some updates for us. We have our first call on the landline as we say hello. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Timothy, pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. PW on the line, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy, today I want to address my fellow St. Lucians, Timothy. I really want to address them, Timothy. When I listen to the Prime Minister, Timothy, with all his convoluted statements and lies, Timothy, I know he knows that he's telling a lie, Timothy. And he is telling us a lie in our faces. And what are we going to do about it, Timothy? We are going to do nothing about it, Timothy. Come election day, Timothy, we'll go to this box and we will vote for him, Timothy. The new topic on the block, Timothy, is a low birth rate and a low population growth, Timothy. $1,000 per every child that is born. Have we carried out a survey or studies? Have we discussed what the low birth rate, why are we having a low birth rate? Have we, Timothy, do we have the data on the low birth rate, Timothy? No, we don't. We know that canneries and ancillary are the most deprived constituencies, the poorest of the poor. We know that. But very little about what the Prime Minister is talking about, Timothy. We have free pap smear. We have free X-ray, free ultrasound. Now $1,000 for every child. Is this enough, Timothy? This is not enough. These are crumbs. These are peanuts. If you received $1,000 at the hospital, Timothy, I'll tell you, it's finished. If you receive it out of the hospital, guess what? You have already spent it. The Prime Minister needs to know what it takes, and he needs to take record of the following: why the birth rate in St. Lucia is as low as possible. Number 1 is crime. 2, our educational system. 3, minimum wage. 4, child support. $200, it cannot cut it. Family unit is not strong enough in the country. We need to have programs to have solid family units on the island. Why didn't the Prime Minister say $500 to $1,000 a month until the child is 5 years old? How about that? $1,000 or $500 every month until the child is 5 years old. Cost of living is high. Why should I bring a child into this world? Housing. Where is the housing for mothers, for the first child bearers on the island? When we compare the other islands in the Caribbean, look at many of the islands St. Lucians travel to for childbirth. Canada, the US, actually Martinique, Guadeloupe, and England. Look at Guadeloupe, doesn't suffer from that. A population of 372,000 people. Martinique, another 300,000. Barbados, another 300,000. Because people travel for medical treatment, they go to these countries, and also the incentives and the allowances that are available. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's see there. I think we have another call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello.
Good day, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
It's funny, eh? There was a lady jumping and dancing how she got step until Shasniti Koila because measuring step for $500. You'll think they'll not dance for $1,000? Nothing will surprise me in this country. But I just want to recognize an individual, Tim. Gertrude George. She used to be the
General Secretary?
Yes. For the UWP at some point. She used to be the principal of the Migood Infant School at some point. She's also my godmother. She's not too well, but I just want to recognize this lady for her work, in education and in the party in general for, over the years. And like I said, she's not too well, but she's one of the persons that I would like to recognize for her work in this country. Have a good day.
Okay. Thank you so much. You too as well. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's see if we have a call in the landline. Hello and good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello. Hello. Okay. I think we have lost that call. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message to go through. I think we have a WhatsApp call. Let's go to that call. Hello. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. Good afternoon to you. How about you?
I'm good, Tim. Tim, as an avid supporter of NewsSpin and of you, and I want to bring forward a special request. You need to play this song again. That song just encapsulates everything with regards to this whole baby issue. So, by popular demand, I would love for you to play this song again. Thank you.
All right. So, we'll play that song right now in case you missed it. In light of the whole controversy, if you want to call it that, and discussion taking place in St. Lucia over the offer that's made, the one-time payment being made to those of you expectant mothers as of August the 1st, 2026. $1,000 from the government of St. Lucia. Here is the track, and we call it Baby's First K.
The heat is palpable haze shimmers off the asphalt. The air is thick with the scent of fried fish, ripe mangoes, and exhaust fumes. It is loud, a symphony of haggling engines and clattering metal. A small battered transistor radio sits on a wooden crate next to a pile of green bananas. The casing is cracked. The voice coming from it is polished, smooth, contrasting sharply with the gritty surroundings. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. Non, 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 non. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. Moi, voyons bien homme, qu'a marché, qu'a parlé, il a fait grand plan pour pays à changer. Il dit, en l'idée qui tout à fait bon pour voter Bali. C'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. I got him when on yeux, il dit moins comme ça. Il y a un plan pour femme qui a fait maman est là. Rose steps closer to the radio, as if challenging the box. Mais les moins tonnes ça il dit moi t'es kaele. Mais la moins tonnes ça il dit moi t'es kaele. She stops peeling, she looks up directly into the lens. Parce que non ça perdit tête li. C'est ça qui veut. $1000, yon seule fois. Mwen zi ou, nom sa pa konet choukoum. She slams the flat of the blade onto the wood. Il dit, il ka bay $1000 yon seul fois. Pour anti-mamay, pour l'école, pour docteur, et puis pampe oui. Choukoum resume spinning, faster now I get it. Il dit ça suffisant, pour soin de filles et puis garçons. Il dit ça suffisant. Her eyes burn with frustration. The sunlight catches the sweat on her upper lip. Gade moti, gade yon dezon. She leans in, whispering now, intense, conspiratorial. Nam sa pa konet choukoum, I pa konet la via. I pa konet la via.
Baby's first K on the most monitored talk show in the world. Good afternoon to you, Jante. I get the impression you're not 100%, but thank you so much for making the sacrifice and being on the broadcast this afternoon to go through the comments in the chat rooms. Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Tim. Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, "That is my problem with some solutions. They are too quick to comment but don't read to understand. Great song. I love it. NewsSpin is the boss. 100% talk show." Tim, one thing is certain. No one can test NewsSpin. We have another YouTube comment reading, "I love the song. When I tell you NewsSpin is the best of all talk shows, beautiful song, well put together. I hope he's making sense of the song and asking himself questions and actually answering them. I hope when after the babies are born and 1,000 is collected, Mr. Philip J. Pierre, I hope you have a home for all of the babies." Moving to Facebook, our first comment reads, "Tim yourself, what is going on with you? A few days later, I never said that. I was misunderstood. What a shame." We have another comment here saying, "Tim, you should invite PJP to explain what he meant. I'd want to believe when government makes decisions on behalf of its people, it involves all stakeholders. Tim, to give birth at St. Jude, admission alone is $600. We have a few comments here reading, "It right for solutions. You're like to accept too little from government. $5 can block a hole. What is $1,000? We have another comment here reading, a music video for PJP incompetence. I love it. The music hot way. The SLP idiots who believed 1,000 is $1 million will go and have endless kids. Then, when misery fall at their tails, they will go and beg everyone for help. We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, it's the song for me. Tim, was this made to encourage people to have more children? Either way, how far will that reach? He is better off reducing the price on Pampers and formula to help. Tim, I love this song, beautiful song. We have another comment here saying, Timothy chapter 1 verse 1 to 7. You do not have sentiments with PJP. He's coming for you again at his next press conference. I hope the hacks are listening to this great tune. That tune have me dancing. Another comment reading, Chukum. Nom sa pakonet chukum. We have another comment here saying, we became the laughing stock of the world. Look at Guinness World Book of Records. How can I get a copy of this tune? So let me understand this. $1,000 for expectant mothers, but no real plan for the cost of raising a child after that. PJP has lost his marbles. Tim, drop that song. We have another news spinner saying, I need that song, lol. Women do not want to be housewives anymore. They want to go to work and be independent. Women do not want to be dependent on men. That is why. $1,000 for expected mothers. Question. If the mother has twins, will it be $2,000? Just asking the question. We have a few more comments here saying, Tim, post that song on your page so we can make that go viral. That song is the opposition itself. Why the government doesn't see to it that all fathers pay the monies at social welfare? Many of them don't pay the $200 at all. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Jati, for that update. Somebody says via WhatsApp, since the government listens to NewsSpin, the most monitored talk show in the world, Mr. Prime Minister, why are you taking solutions for a fool by telling young women to get pregnant for $1,000? This is degrading our young women who are trying to build their lives because many of our young men are not pushing themselves as hard as our women. All the young men are getting killed. Don't you understand or remember that a mother needs to take good care of herself during pregnancy? So before the child is born, a woman spends more than $1,000 on herself, and not even talking about the things she needs before it comes. The people chose to give you a second term. Complete what you have started. Not for you to be taking us for fools. Be more serious when you are addressing our country and stop taking the serious issues for a joke. I'm disappointed in what I'm seeing coming from you. Fix up or the people will remove you just as they put you there. Fix the crime problems and protect our young women, our young men. So when our young women are ready, they will have children. And the young men and women should be considered in the free land that is being given, so it can help them consider having children. If our young women do as you ask for the $1,000, yes, the birth rate will go up. But we will be left with another problem of the children growing without a father to take care of them. Some of the young men just get girls pregnant and disappear. So don't solve a problem by creating a bigger problem. Also, Tim, isn't it 14 ministers that went up for SLP? So why are they saying 16-1? If so, that means the government is fooling us, saying that the two independent candidates are not SLP. So they were fooling us since during the election, but many didn't see, but only realized after and saying 16-1. Stop taking us for fools. Let's see if we have a call. Let's see if we get that call on the air via WhatsApp. I think we have lost that call. But continue to call us. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Okay, the call is coming in right now. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You on the air?
Hello. Good afternoon, Tim. How are you?
I'm okay. How about you, ma'am?
Fine. Timothy, two things. One is pertaining to you, and the other one is not pertaining to politics or anything like that. But it deals with the cemetery. The first one was dealing with you. I looked at the House of Parliament, and I heard when the Prime Minister was speaking, and he quoted Timothy, where it was saying that God doesn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. He should have never quoted that because it showed that he is making God's word a puppet show. He's using it for fun, and in the background you can hear the ministers, Timothy and things like that. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice at all. I mean, they are grown men, not children, and they should not be using God's word in the House of Parliament to ridicule anybody. I don't think that's right. So, Timothy, I know your back is tough. So I know you ain't taking it on, but still, I found it was wrong. However, Tim, the real reason why I called you is because this. I came from a funeral, and at a funeral, we talk about the dead, and you know, you go to the cemetery to put the dead to rest, and a lot of people believe in there's going to be a resurrection. Okay, Timothy, when I entered the cemetery, I was so surprised. Alcohol being sold there. Now it's like a big affair. What has the cemetery turned into, Timothy? If we are coming from a church and we are going to put the dead in the ground, yes, the person has gone, but we who are living should not be leaving that new thing for the children to come. The children who are coming, already we have a problem with alcohol. And you selling alcohol in the cemetery? That's not right. That's not right. I'm not telling people they cannot sell their alcohol. I am not saying that, but not in the cemetery.
Well, I honestly see nothing wrong with people selling or consuming alcohol in the cemetery. If they
it's wrong. Timothy, it's wrong.
Hold on. That's your opinion. That's your opinion, caller. That's your opinion. I'm just saying that if people are behaving, if people are behaving in an unruly manner, then I will say,
Timothy,
well, there's a problem.
What does alcohol produce?
But caller, if you sell it,
most times when people consume a lot of alcohol, they do strange things.
Yeah, but I have no evidence of people behaving in an unruly manner in the cemetery, caller. That's what I'm saying to you.
What I saw was not nice.
They will behave in an unruly manner?
And if that is what we are leaving for our children of tomorrow, Timothy, we in a bad place.
Okay, but have you witnessed? Hold on, caller. Have you witnessed online?
Things cause it to go on.
Yeah, but have you witnessed online? I think in one Caribbean
Timothy,
territory.
I don't want to go online. This is my culture and my country, and
maybe
this is what I'm talking about in St. Lucia. I'm not talking about online.
Maybe it is in St. Vincent. And the people
ask... That is St. Vincent, okay. Timothy. We're talking about St. Lucia.
Right.
This is my country. And this is where we're talking about children going astray and children doing this and children doing that. Yet we're not setting the example for them. And we expect them to move perfectly. I don't think alcohol should be sold in the cemetery.
Okay.
Or by the church. I see sometimes people have their booths selling. Imagine... You at a funeral and you smelling somebody with a cup in his hand, drinking alcohol. That's not right, Timothy.
Yeah, but caller,
if we cannot stand for certain things, what can we stand for?
Okay, that's your opinion, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a good day, Timothy.
You too. Thank you so much for expressing it with us. Obviously, if you have a funeral service inside of a church, I will never accept that people should be consuming alcohol inside of a church while the ceremony is going on. But outside of that, after the funeral, if you are at the burial site, and after the ceremony, you're consuming alcohol, and it's all in celebration of the person's life. Now, if you're telling me people are unruly, then I'll say to you it is unacceptable. But that's just my opinion. And if people are consuming it excessively, to the extent that they are behaving in a raucous, they're in a raucous and so on, then I would take objection to it. But again, that is your opinion, ma'am. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says that it's ironic that the Prime Minister chose to use a nice and powerful quote from Timothy and stress and backup from his colleague. Timothy, is that right, bro, that a Prime Minister can attack someone in a very sly manner? I'm not interested if you are able to withstand that attack, but that cannot be right. Anyways, 4 years ago, I said the Prime Minister doesn't have any vision, and still the Prime Minister does not have a vision. Everything that is done by the Prime Minister is handouts. Now, if you want to encourage childbirth, you first set up the following. Low housing, you have jobs, education, crime rate too high, family structure. Now the example starts with the leaders who are no example of family structure. Shaking my head. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello, good afternoon. All right, please, when you call, turn down the volume of whatever device you are using to call the broadcast, okay? Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. That is what happens now. The people selling even the church in the churchyard. Okay, let's see if we have some more of the WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, in terms of crimes involving murder, etc., it's not only about drugs or illicit activity, but also about people not honoring their debts or obligations. I just paid an individual approximately $400 to fix a fridge. 1 week, fridge not working. Calling the guy, he putting me off. This guy is a fair-skinned individual, almost yellow, and living in a particular area. I cannot afford to pay another $400. I understand that is his practice. All right, let's see if we get another call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Okay, so you're listening right now. Please, before you call, turn down the device, whatever device you are using to listen to the program. Turn it off. I see you calling again. Turn it off, and then you can call the program. Okay, let's see again. The person is calling a third time. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, that's NewsSpin.
Yes, and you are on the air.
Okay, Tim, I was just calling to make some comments on what the lady just said about alcohol being sold at the cemetery. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Okay, so I am saying that when certain things happen in our communities and whatnot, before we can criticize, we have to analyze the situation. We don't know the person's story. We don't know whether the person is trying to make an honest living and that is all that the person has. Because when we look at the country nowadays, it looks like drugs, that's what has run in the country. And persons who do not want to do that will find other ways to make an honest living. And people have to respect that. As you rightly said, if the people are misbehaving there, that is another story. But if somebody is trying to make an honest living, I don't see why we have to criticize it like that. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your point of view with us. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says that, Tim, is it for the month of August only, or is it from August and beyond? Please make it clear. Remember, let's read this statement again that was made by the Prime Minister, and it says that all mothers of registered newborn babies will receive a one-time grant of EC $1,000 effective August the 1st, 2026. I don't know with regard to the duration, how long it's only for that August or for an extended period. I would not pretend to know. So if somebody is listening from the office of the Prime Minister, they would want to clarify this. All mothers of registered newborn babies will receive a one-time grant of EC $1,000 effective the 1st of August 2026. But thank you so much for that question. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's see there if you have a WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, Tim, the Catholic priests drink alcohol in the church during communion. They only give other people the bread, but the head priest drinks wine. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. And somebody says that, Tim, I do not understand why people are outraged. We get incentives and tax breaks all the time. In fact, I would prefer this rather than a tax incentive because of the length of time it takes to get them. My take, this is not a lot of money, not enough to sway me to make a child now. So I declined the $1,000. Sorry, Prime Minister. Is it a good thing? Yes. All the people talking, does it change your life? No, unless you make a child. Cool out yourselves. Ha ha ha. I'm sure the pregnant women who are going to give birth after August the 1st will appreciate $1,000. Be happy for them. Another person says that, Tim, I like the song Waiting for the Poem. Let's see if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages. Tim, the Prime Minister is not a police officer. His father was. Hence, he can't tell the police what to do. With him giving advice to mothers, does that mean he's a mother or identify as a mother? Just asking. Again, that's according to a WhatsApp message. Another one says there, good afternoon, PJP. Get real mad at the song when you played it the first time. But when played the second time, can you believe the man got up on his feet and danced all throughout the song? He was enjoying it. Again, another WhatsApp message. It says, I believe that this Prime Minister is giving a depth sleeve of $1,000 to the parents. The money is not enough. We need more. Thank you. And some more messages to go through. Somebody says that, Tim, the second appropriate song I wish you would play is I Played the Fifth by Sugar Aloes, most deserving to St. Lucian's. 452-2979. We have a call on the landline. Hello and good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Jim, good afternoon to you.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon, Jandy.
Good afternoon.
Jim, when I heard the Prime Minister talk about $1,000 for a mother that make a baby, you know the first thing that come in my mind? Tim, when last we have a housing development in St. Lucia?
So why now?
And we make it in a waiting so that the youth, our young people, can be affordable for housing. When last has this government ever undertake a housing development? Whether it is in Cash Reserve, Beaufort, or in Denver area or Soufrière, but that has never combined. So why you want to tell people? And then you need to be careful too, because we have a lot of wild, radical young ladies out there, and young men out there, who does not even care whether they get HIV or not. Well, they want the money. Don't be surprised that can bring a lot of HIV, you know, spreading all over the place. And if that happens, who are you blaming for that? I mean, I don't know why all of a sudden the Prime Minister just come or just think of something and telling people if they make babies, they're going to have $1,000. I mean, who want to raise children? I have children, Tim. I have. Who want to raise children in this type of environment? Where when we are reporting, Tim, a homicide every day, not weekend now, every day, 1 or 2 double, and it has the government put things in place or mechanism in place to see that he put his house in order, the crime situation is taken care of, or at least he can reduce it to a point where at least, you know, a mother can have a child and raise up a child in a country where they will not be threatened. These days, the fellas, even if you have baby, you pregnant him, and they want made there, they open fire there. You saw it happen before. They want mate went and shield himself among innocent people, pregnant mother, mother carrying a baby. They still fire in that him. So to show you the situation on the ground is very bad, and any responsible, and I will say that and I will double on that, any responsible leader, before he came with a plan like that, put past that message, he would have seen for sure that the system, the justice system is taken care of. Our young people getting job, they getting work to do. We have too many radicals just roaming the streets. And you wonder, sometimes you see these fellas by 2, 3, or 4. You know, now we have more mad people roaming the road team now. Young guys, very young, you could see them. You know, yesterday while by a construction site, 2 of them passing the place and just walking one after them, singing and do all kind of magic on the road. We have a lot of mad people over there. You want to have any children grow up in that type of society, which have been failed and not taken care of by the states, not by anybody else. The states have failed the young people of St. Lucia. That's why they don't have a home to live. They on the streets. They are begging. They try to take sleep on the new shanties and everywhere. There's no housing development to encourage our youth. That something is been done, so at least you can go and make sure you protect yourself, whatever your partner, go to the health center or hospital, go and test for HIV or all other diseases. And then for you to do, but all of a sudden, like a madman, you're just telling them, whoever will get a child will get $1,000. And then you have, solution like to live like Jumbie, handout, because this is the election, they show it. $150 and go and vote, close your two eyes and vote, and a bottle of grabber by you. And a lot of them, even as we speak, will have raw sex and cottage HIV and have the number of HIV to go up in St. Lucia. I don't know how, this country needs prayer. This country needs prayer, including the person who engineered that. $1,000 would do anything for a baby in this day and age. Look, price of fuel pretty soon will go up. The oil still in the Middle East. No prime minister, no external affairs minister have tell us he is keeping in touch with what is happening up there, at least to see what other mechanism government would put in place to see that things, they try to cushion certain things to protect the masses. You're not hearing that, but no. You get in a grant, and he clearly said it, only one time. Don't believe you'll get that again. God have mercy on this country, man. Thank you, Tim.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. And somebody says via WhatsApp, good day, Tim. This caller doesn't go to funerals. The only problem I have with the VG is that the area built for persons to shelter is being used for the sale of alcohol. Why isn't she talking about the young men who smoke marijuana near the church at funerals? This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, of course, more of your calls, your WhatsApp messages, and of course our discussions and reports with regard to your comments extracted from the chat rooms.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
Celebrate the extraordinary women in your life this Mother's Day at Bay Gardens Resorts. Join us on Sunday, May 11 for a day dedicated to honoring Mom. Choose from 3 spectacular celebrations. Treat Mom to the elegance of our Pretty in Petals event at Bay Gardens Marina Haven for EC $160 per person. Experience jazzy vibes and culinary excellence at our Jazzy Mother's Day brunch at the Bay Gardens Hotel and Inn. A perfect blend of entertainment and indulgence for EC $175 per person. Enjoy a toast to Mom at the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, an upscale afternoon tailored to your special lady for only EC $200 per person. Children ages 4 to 12 receive 50% off, and children under 4 are absolutely free. Book by May 4th and receive a 10% discount on your entire reservation. For reservations and for more details, contact us at 457-8045 or send us an email at marketing@baygardensresorts.com. Create cherished moments this Mother's Day at Bay Gardens Resorts.
What happens when the music is stripped down to the truth? On April 29th, First National Bank presents the Teddyson John Experience at the luxurious Royalton Resorts. Raw vocals, live music, real emotion, an intimate night where Teddyson John opens the heart of the music. Also from Trinidad and Tobago, featuring Nyla Blackman. From St. Lucia, Michael Robinson. Herb Black. I'm so sorry. Umpa. And Ricky T. Sharing their stories behind the songs and connects with you up close. This is more than a concert. It's a feeling. Stripped, April 29th. Royalton Resorts, limited seats. One unforgettable night. It's definitely my type of night and my type of vibes.
Tickets for this event are $100 USD. Food and drinks inclusive. Ticket locations: Anthony's Jewelry, Castries and Baywalk, The Wave, and online FourCirclesTickets.com.
Hey there, Lucy Select family. It's Malika, and today I've got a burning question. What's with the fuel surcharge?
Hey Malika, I'm Didi. Buckle up, because you're about to take a deep dive into the world of fuel surcharge. Alright? So Malika, fuel surcharge is all about the cost of fuel on the global market. It's a monthly thing, dancing to the tune of international fuel prices and our energy consumption.
Really?
So Malika, don't freak out, okay? Let's get into the math of how we calculate the surcharge. Imagine this. July's fuel cost is $11 per gallon, while last year's average was $10.50 a gallon. This is a difference of 50 cents. Now let's say we have a fuel consumption of 5,000 gallons and total unit sales of, let's say, 20,000 kilowatt hours. What we do, we multiply this 50 cents by the 5,000 gallons of fuel that we use for a grand total surcharge of $2,500. Then we divide the $2,500 by the 20,000 kilowatt hour unit sales. This gives us a net 12.5 cents per kilowatt hour. This is a surcharge applied to the electricity you use. And it isn't for Lucelec only. It's an international thing to keep things fair.
Thanks for the knowledge, Didi. Now I'm feeling charged up.
You got it, Malika? Keep those questions coming. We're here to keep you in the know.
Ouais, messieurs, aujourd'hui, moi la ka espérer plein bomb glow, hein. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tank, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pump. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni tout pump pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pump cette ici. Yo ka ranger pump aussi qui besoin service. Brand pump yo c'est Léo. Pump ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pump glo Léo under pour les nerfs, joinge et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true. With a mortgage built around you, tailored to make sure everything's smooth. 100% financing, it's true. Get a first wish mortgage, it's the best move. Get your mortgage now and fulfill your first wish. Just knowing that First National Bank is here for you. Let's make your first wish come true.
Visit your First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com to apply for your first wish mortgage.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Fast Pay, a new and easy way to pay. Fast Pay, Fast Pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow Fast Pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow Fast Pay, Flow Fast Pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Stop. How much more pain can you take? Back pain, blinding headaches, numbness, weak knees, spinal injuries, stroke. You've tried everything. Nothing works. Enough. La Clinique du Corps has the experts and technology to diagnose and fix the problem permanently. Our specialist doctors use cutting-edge solutions to treat back pain, knee pain, sciatica, stroke recovery, spinal injuries, arthritis, heel pain, and more. With advanced pain management techniques, we provide fast, effective relief so you can live pain-free. La Clinique du Corps is an approved universal healthcare service provider in St. Lucia, accepting all approved insurance. Take back your life. Call La Clinique du Corps right now at 451-6559 to book your appointment. Pain stops here.
Experience the rhythm, feel the soul, embody the atmosphere where foundation transcends, set against the breathtaking beauty of Point Vierge, where lush cliff meets the ocean blue. Welcome to Jazz of Vierge 2026, presented by the First National Bank. It's an experience. Headline in the action: international reggae icon, jam messenger, Luciano. Joined by some of St. Lucia's top-notch musicians, Michelle, Michael Robinson, Level 4, all backed by the Impulse Band. Also featuring Rupert Lay Jazz Trio, 6 Mile, Cheryl Francis, St. Lucy's Steel Pan, and more. Regular tickets are $125, VIP $300 EC. Get your tickets at The Cell, Knights Gas Station, Miku, and Rose Madine. Online at fourcirclestickets.com. Sunday, April 26th. The gates are open from 1 p.m. Showtime 3 p.m. Jazz of Vierge is powered by Four Circles Tickets. Wear white and join us for an unforgettable experience.
If that Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy, you'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadhu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world, where we take your calls once again at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. We have a notice coming from Lucilec. We'll endeavor to read to you that notice right now. And the notice reads: St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, Lucilec, wishes to advise customers and the public of the closure of all its customer service offices on Friday, April the 24th. This closure is necessary to facilitate staff participation in a meeting and engagement exercise. During the closure, all options for conducting business with Lucilec remotely, including the automated account inquiry service at 457-4433 for bill balances, my account, and also just continuing with that notice. Just bear with me, we'll get to the notice in just a moment. It says that myaccount.lucilec.com for account information and to make online bill payments, and the virtual service desk at lucilec.com will remain available, and customers are encouraged to use those. Responses on the virtual service desk and my account platforms will, however, be delayed due to staff unavailability. The Rodney Bay office will be open to serve customers, and that is on Saturday, the 25th of April from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Normal business at all office locations will resume on Monday, April 27th at 8 a.m. The management of Lucilec regrets any inconvenience this closure may cause and would like to thank customers for their understanding. Let's turn our attention now to Janti. Let's find out what is happening in the chat rooms.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, "The Minister of Housing is on TV every Thursday night just to insult people. Cap the childbirth expenses at hospitals at a maximum of about $500. Gives new meaning to making bread on the dead, literally." Another YouTube comment reading, "But the priests are drinking at the altar. Tim, that same child father, will want to claim half of the $1,000. Also, if we are honest, the current system does not bode well for creating a family. We are not just looking to make babies. We should be looking to raise well-rounded families." Moving to Facebook, our first comment reads, "St. Lucian women, PJP is letting you know that your daughter is only worth $1,000. That's big disrespect to women. That song is on my WhatsApp status already. That hot." We have another comment here saying, "Why don't the government start by cleaning their own house first before coming to the public with these plans?" So what about the rest of the child's life? The parents have to struggle? Shaking my head. The PM said the opposition is waiting for the government to fail to celebrate. Can someone remind the PM what he did in opposition? We have a few more comments here reading, "SLP is determined to destroy the family structure. They are the false prophets of the end times. Tim, I want to blast that song in my car this afternoon after work. It is against the law to sell alcohol at the cemetery. Most of our laws are not enforced." We have another comment reading, "Tim, I disagree with you. We need to have principles in this country. My lady, St. Lucians consume the most alcohol in the Caribbean. Lol. Tim, shouldn't the first plan be to keep the fathers alive before we start counting new babies?" We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, "Caller, some people leave their home to go to funerals and never enter the church. They go straight to the cabaret. Let the people celebrate. It's not always crying at a funeral. Caller, there's a difference with a cemetery and a graveside." We have another comment here saying, "Tim, what is the point of these short-term policies when we are losing our young men every day? PJP, this is not a grant for mothers. This is a GoFundMe. As long as the person is not at the graveside and they are near the cemetery, there's no issue." Another comment reading, "Where is the head of the Catholic Church on this matter? He took time to talk about the leader of the opposition's absence in Parliament. I hope he does the same concerning the making of babies. So easy asking mothers to register, then have babies to get $1,000. The Prime Minister is campaigning $1,000 per baby." We have another comment here saying, "At this rate, we're worrying about increasing births, but forgetting to ask who will be around to raise them, because the young men we need are already being taken out of the system. Peep just looking for too many things and ways to protect his victory. He must bring down the price of gas. PJP, if you are the one giving the money, is the money coming from your pocket?" Another news spinner here said, "Give the mothers a voucher every week for the kids. I'm not encouraging anyone to have kids in these days and age. Lucians, especially young women, you don't mean anything to PJP if he can see that you're only worth EC $1,000 and that's only a one-time payment." We have a few comments here saying, "All well and good with $1,000. However, it would be better suited that baby essentials such as diapers, wipes, formula, cereal, etc. be subsidized or made more affordable. And finally, all the SLP hacks should be the ones having babies for PJP, straight up."
Thank you so much, Jante, for that update. Let's see if we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
I think what the government should do, they should set the example, have the babies first, and when they set the example, then people will take from there. You understand? Secondly, the lady who spoke about that funeral thing, right after that, Tim, where are the people going to? They're going to fed. They're going to drink rum. So I don't see what she's saying to me. I mean, everybody have their opinion, but to me, that is my own opinion. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing it with us. A call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Jonty.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Tim, I have been, sometimes I tell myself that rather than not call the program, I just choose not to listen because there's so many issues that have to be discussed that maybe we should take a whole day to discuss them, but it's okay. I just want to tell you that NewsSpin is a very powerful program. Very powerful. And you could actually make history. I hope you know that. Because what your program does is that it gives everybody an opportunity, be it supporters, non-supporters. Persons have the opportunity to call and to speak. And in opposition, you can speak in opposition and you can actually speak for the government. And I just want the people of St. Lucia to know that we need programs like this. And what it does, it gives the government an opportunity to check themselves. Every good government, every good politician, every good singer, every good dancer, every good athlete need what you call a handler. They need people to demand accountability. They need people to check to see what is being done and how it's being done. And we need persons to question what is being done. And that is what we are doing now in St. Lucia. And that is what we should be using your program to do. To question the things that they say to us, to question that the action that they take and they say on our behalf. We need to use NewsSpin to get those answers from the government. Now, when I heard a lot of persons speaking about that $1,000 statement that was made by the Prime Minister. But we need to understand in St. Lucia that this $1,000 is actually part and parcel of what was happening at elections. Because you see, if you sell yourself for $1,000, then there are a lot of things that have to come apart from that. Now, when you can go in and buy votes, so when you can go into, remember when they used to say that our politics is like a cabaret or rum shop politics? And that is what happens. When you can go in and buy things for your people and get them to vote for you, and when you can go in and hand somebody $100 and get them to vote for you, then what are you saying? You are saying as much as this is what I am worth, and this is what it takes to get my support for you. And that is what we're running it. Because when you are going to relegate somebody having a chance to $1,000, then you're more than telling me that is what I am worth. But if we get our government to see us as a more intelligent population, and how are we going to do that as a people? We need to dig deep into ourselves and ask ourselves, what is the message we are sending out to politicians? The politicians are representative of us as a people. So it's almost like you went into a community, you take one person here, one person here, one person here, and what is it? You are representing the people on the ground. So that means there are people who are actually thinking like the government on the ground, right? But you know what? We have to get them to upgrade their thinking. And how do we do that? We upgrade what we stand for. We need to question the type of decisions that are made. And we cannot just stay and do that, Tim. We need to go into the nitty-gritty. We need to start reading. We need to start finding out what is done. And we need to start putting down principles of operation for our government. If not, Tim, they'll be operating with us from a very superficial standpoint. Because they themselves don't even know what they're doing. Because for you to say, let me just go back to that $1,000 scenario that everybody seems to be speaking about this morning. But they're speaking about it. But they haven't understood that is the message here that's been communicated to you. It is your worth. It is what we sell ourselves at. Everybody is fighting. You are my politician. Oh, my minister. But listen, it's not my minister. It is the minister of the people. He is a representation of the people. And he is the person who goes forward and take whatever he has to take, and then he goes and he gives it to the people. So if the people are not receiving the benefits, of that minister, then something is wrong, because that is what he is there to do. So when you have a minister saying that they were giving me $1,000, and they haven't understood that when you have a child, again, is the connection on the ground. When you have a child, and that child is at a growing age, and that it's a baby. When you have a baby, first and foremost, $1,000 is nothing. And that is a level of commitment, again, that the ministers have to give to the men on the ground as well. When you say that, what are you saying to our men today? That they can just go and have children and give them $1,000? And again, Tim, is the quality of our population. A child is like an investment. A child is like a full nation. And if you see our children as a nation, the children are the ones who are going to hold on to the pillars that we are leaving for them. So so you are saying to the fathers of today, already the fathers in St. Lucia haven't understood their roles, because once they're done with the mom, they're done with the child. And when you take our children and put them on a $1,000 stamp, you are assisting them in not understanding that the children are important. The children were not brought here by themselves. You brought your children here, and you have to take care of them. So we need to send some very high quality messages as ministers to the people who are looking up to you. And my thing is that looking up to you, let me just speak on that. We're not looking up to them. And I'm tired of people looking up to politicians. You only look up to one person, which is the infallible, which is that spirit that dwells in you, which is God. When persons are here to represent you, we don't have time to look up to them and to like them and to feel like we love them. We don't have time for that. Love is a skill that we're going to get there eventually. But when somebody is here to represent me, I need to put down some rules and regulations for that person. You need to look at what they're doing. Are they achieving what they said that they would? We need to question them. There needs to be a push and shove. Every time somebody speaks against the government, you have people calling the talk show wanting to say, oh, my government. I mean, come on. You need that sort of check. You need that checklist. And you need the great word, which is accountability. And accountability is what sharpens power. And for our government to give us accountability, we have to question them, we have to critique them, and they have to be able to take it. And when you are a government and when you are a minister, this should be part of your wallet. You should have some cards in here. For when people critique you, you take those cards and you chew on them and you do whatever you have to do, because it's part of what we do as a population. We have to critique you because you are there to represent us. Stop being so personal. Stop taking criticism so personal, because you are a minister. You shouldn't be taking anything personal, because you are a private commodity. You understand that? Because you are here to represent. You're not a private commodity. You're a public commodity. You're not here to represent yourself. You're here to represent a nation. Too many people like to privatize a public figure. You understand that? He is a public figure. He's here for the public, not for UWP, not for SLP.
Well, not even a public figure. He's a public official.
Exactly.
Yeah, public official.
So that means I should have access to him, and I should have access to criticizing him. So those persons, when people call to talk about their grievances and who want to take umbrage, these are the issues. You are the part of the problem. Because these people have to be held accountable. If you have a house team, let's go into your home. If you are at your home and you have a partner and you cannot criticize him and hold him accountable, what are you saying? Is there going to be any growth? Because what we have with our politicians is a relationship. They cannot see everything, and that is why it's important that the people have to give them the side view, the bad view, whatever they're not seeing. It's important because they're not infallible. They're just persons we have put here to represent us. And by right, they need to have that sort of communication with us as to, am I going good? Am I doing this? Okay, that $1,000 jargon, that $1,000 statement that I made, I need to revoke that. I need to embellish that. I need to say exactly what my people think that I should say, because that doesn't make sense. And the people of St. Lucia, we need to raise our thinking. We need to get out of the thing where we figure that the politicians we are subservient to the politicians. No, we're not subservient to them. Some of you went very far with them on elections day. You jump with them. You went on the bus with them. You risked your life for them because you see, your people are personalizing. They are personalizing politicians. You don't personalize this. You personalize at your home. You don't personalize people who come to represent you. Therefore, you are actually using your emotions to run my country, and that doesn't work well. You cannot use your emotions to run a country. Emotions have no place in that. I mean, yes, you can like the person as a person away from his duties, fine. But when it comes to his duty, we cannot use this sort of, I like him, so he can do that, he can get away with it. And that is the same thing we do in our workplaces, That is why we have so many square pegs in round holes. Because, we hire people based on what we like. We don't go based on do they have the particular skill or strategy, or do they have the mindset to run this place. No. We go, he's my uncle, my nene, whatever he is. And therefore, when they do something, we cannot even criticize them. People take criticisms and they figure that, criticisms are supposed to hurt them. When you are a politician, criticisms should be part of your meal. They criticize you because they want something better. And that's what you use to make yourself even better as a politician. St. Lucians, we are the ones who are creating those type of politicians that we have. We settle for too little. We are settling for the mediocre breadcrumbs that they're sending in our direction. And we need to start with our homes. We need to set that particular mindset in our children. That you do not settle because you are here. You came into this world as 100%, and you have to leave as 100%. You're not here to settle for anything. You're here to settle. You're here to become as great as you're supposed to be, and the politicians are supposed to assist us in this regard. So we cannot be here playing like I don't like that one, I don't like this one, I don't like Chastney, whatever. At least, I heard people talking about Alan Chastney and his whiteness and whatever. This is so peripheral. This is so peripheral when you look at what we're dealing with today. What is the man complexion? Whether he can speak Creole or not? What does that have to do with the nitty-gritty of running the country? You can give me some serious points as to why you think that he cannot run. But run is the point that he's white, he cannot do this. These are baseless. These are baseless statements to tell me you want to talk about somebody running a country. When you know that running a country entails so many facets of that country. So we're looking for persons who can deal with us in a very effective way, who have accountability, persons who understand that I'm not here to make myself look good. I'm here to represent a nation. And for us to get that, we need to take our thinking upwards as a nation. We need to start following the budget. We need to start reading. We need to start demanding higher accountability from our politicians. We need to stop following them like it's a food and rum event. It's not. They are thinking that's what they have to do. Give us food and rum and we're good. No, I'm not good at that. Because food and rum will stop one day. I'm not a food and rum person. I am an accountability person. I need to see that you are doing something that will take my nation forward, that my children are going to bask in. Currently, we have crime situations. Let's deal with the family. Let's deal with the rules that are put in place for when men and women have children. Let's deal with those things. Because too many of our children are left to themselves because their fathers figure they can just give their mothers $1,000 and go away. Once you have, and I will make that point, because once you have a child, that's for the fathers. Once you have decided to have a child, this is a commitment. Whether you're with the mother or not, this is a commitment that you have and you have to stick to it. And these are the type of rules we need to put in place to govern our nation so our children are not left asunder. So many of them are without guidance. And we just need to take this responsibility as a nation and stop slapping all of that on the politicians who are totally feeding off our radar, what we're giving them. Anyway, Tim, like I said, I try not to call because I have so many things to say. But have a very good day and thanks for your patience.
Thank you so much for calling. She does not call often, but every time she calls, she does make sense. Thank you so much for that contribution. And I'm sure that you had many of my people The people in the audience, they certainly were shaking their heads in amazement and, of course, in concurrence. The St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, Lucelec, wishes to advise customers and the public of the closure of all its customer service offices on Friday, the 24th of April, and of course, that is tomorrow. This closure is necessary, and that is to facilitate staff participation in a meeting and engagement exercise. And during the closure, all options for conducting business with Lucelec remotely, including the automated account inquiry service at 457-4435, that is 457-4435 for bill balances, myaccount.lucelec.com for account information, and to make online bill payments, and the virtual service desk at lucelec.com will remain available, and customers are encouraged to use those. Bonuses or responses, on the virtual service desk and my account platforms will, however, be delayed due to staff unavailability. The Rodney Bay office will be open to serve customers on Saturday, April the 25th, and that is from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Normal business at all office locations will resume on Monday, April the 27th at 8 o'clock in the morning. The management of Lucelec regrets any inconvenience this closure may cause and would like to thank customers for their understanding. When we come back, final update from you, Jante. We'll have a final call, and we also have our NewsSpin question of the day and the NewsSpin news of the day. And we conclude with our track, Baby's First Key.
Advance your career at LightSpark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, LightSpark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
La Clinique du Corps leads the Caribbean in advanced MRI, aligned with globally recognized standards. Avoid overseas stress, delays, and cancelled scans. Reports in 24 to 48 hours. No translation, no overseas processing. Your doctor receives your imaging directly for seamless continuity of care. All major insurance accepted. Call 451-6559. Once again, 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950. The WhatsApp number 721-9950.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Stop paying full price. With Flow, you can slash your bill in half. You heard right. Cut your mobile bill in half when you add mobile to internet. That's the most reliable Wi-Fi at home. Plus, all the data you need on the go. So don't wait. Double your connection and double your value for half the price. Add mobile to internet today. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Bob and Dave were very proud to buy their mom a new energy-saving fridge with lots of smart settings. They remember the old ways of energy saving. Mom always said, "Close the fridge, you're wasting current." Smart advice then, smart advice now. Close the fridge, you're wasting current. Saving energy is what's smart.
Art in the City is back, rooted in culture, bold in expression. Brought to you by the Cultural Development Foundation. On Friday, April 17th, the celebration begins in Beaufort, Art in the Street, at the New Market Complex from 10 a.m., followed by readings and rhythms at 7 p.m. On April 24th and 25th, indulge in the Icon Series, 4-course gala dinner at Sandals Grand, honoring culinary master Edward Chef Harry Joseph. On April 26th and 27th, theater lovers gather at Warehouse 11 for Don't Call Me Baby Doll, written and directed by Travis Weeks. Or head to the Caribbean Cinemas for screenings from the Jumpstart Film Project. From April 27th to May 16th, experience Life in Color, a visual arts exhibition at the Audi Showroom and Orange Grove Plaza, featuring works by St. Lucian master artists. On April 28th, the stage comes alive at Sandals Grand with 10 to 1, the Mighty Sparrow musical, produced by Raul Gibbons and directed by Louis McWilliams. On May 1st, journey to Ancillary for Fish Friday, an evening of storytelling with George Fish Alphonse and Kidel Sonny. May 2nd and 3rd, experience Triptych, directed by Kendall Hippolyte at Warehouse 11. On Monday 4th, feel the power of poetry at Voices of the Underground, featuring world-renowned dub poet Linton Kwesi Johnson. From May 5th to 7th, Artscape concerts pop up in unexpected spaces, dance, theater, music. And on May 7th and 8th, discover handcrafted treasures at T-Tax ABC, Craft and Souvenir Market. On the Rodney Bay Strip, Art in the City 2026, rooted in culture, bold in expression.
Super Jazz and Arts, that's the best community jazz event in St. Lucia.
You heard it. Now come to Super Jazz and Arts, the ultimate experience. Gramps Morgan. Voice. Montiel. TYB, Offer Ale, Ezra the Fun Machine, Imran Nerdy, Reasons Orchestra, Boo Hinkson and the True Tones. Now on a Saturday, May 2nd, doors open from 3 p.m. Get your tickets at $150 or indulge in the ultimate VIP Village experience for $400. Purchase at FourCircleTickets.com, the sale outlets island-wide, and the Soufre Foundation office. 9 incredible artists, 1 unforgettable night. And also join us for DJ Asuf Creole Breakfast Fest, Sunday, May 3rd. Admission free. The ultimate weekend in the ultimate location. Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Good afternoon to you, Jean. Let's get a final update from you.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment says, "Well said, madam. Food for thought. Start an education fund for every child at $2,000 to be added every year by the mothers and matched by GOSL. Vouchers for baby care items and babysitting expenses with means testing for first 5 years. Jobs, jobs, jobs. That is what St. Lucia desperately needs." Moving to Facebook, our first comment reads, "Tell the lady rum is in our DNA. Does the 1,000 only apply to babies born in August, or does it apply to babies born in 2026? Caller, St. Lucians don't understand that. They are too ignorant to understand stuck in red and yellow. SMH. Be open-minded and civil in our thinking." We have another comment here saying, "If PJP can have Lisa to remove cows where that has grass and place them somewhere there is no grass, you see the power he has. PJP knows about St. Lucia's intelligence by the election results. When you speak about issues affecting the country, you are an enemy of the state. You are slowly becoming a communist country. Trust me."
But talking about the cows, and the producers are smiling there because we have a photograph to share with you, and we almost did not do that. So thank you so much for the reminder with that WhatsApp, that message that you read, from one of the groups. Somebody sent me a photograph. Remember those cows transferred from the Shock area just a few months ago to the south of the island? Look at the photograph there and tell me what you see. Those of you watching via Facebook and YouTube. Well, one of the cows you can see in that photograph is actually dead. It died. As a result, I don't know, maybe because poorly fed, the whole environment. So that definitely is cruelty to the animals. Look at the state of those cows, looking all emaciated. Somebody told me that if one of those cows were to be given to somebody for free, they would not accept it because the cows looked poorly fed. The cows look in misery, and I have the photograph there to back up what I am saying. And one cow has already perished, and the individual also said to me it appears that more cows will die within the next few days if the conditions under which they are existing there in the south of the island do not improve. So we provided you with the evidence. Some more of the comments in the chat rooms. Shanti.
We have a few more comments here reading. Caller, if they were questioning and even lying about Alan Chastney, what do we expect? Not one-time payment for $1,000 in Canada. You get monthly $500 until 8 with free healthcare and subsidy daycare. Call of the day. Thank you much. We have another comment here saying, Macho Man like to have 23 to 25 kids. This caller for PM. Please, are you listening to what this intelligent young lady is saying? He is not your PM because your money is not paying him. It's our taxes that are paying him. Be open-minded and stop the foolishness. We have more comments from our Facebook page saying, how can women have babies? 1, when there is no water to bathe them and wash their clothes. 2, when Philip J. Pierre has increased taxes so high that mothers can't even afford to buy food, clothes, and basic necessities. Are you saying that $1,000 is SLP's initiative for St. Lucian women to have babies? We have another comment here saying, stop looking for trouble. But our government is working. Just now, PJP will say he never tell the people to go and make babies. And our last comment, we know PJP will come up with any idea. All he does is to copy ideas from others.
Thank you so much, Jante, for that update. Here we have now our NewsSpin question of the day. Our NewsSpin question of the day reads, what do you think about PJP's $1,000 offer to expectant mothers? What do you think about PJP's $1,000 offer to expectant mothers? The NewsSpin question of the day to be followed by the NewsSpin news of the day. And it reads, sources say that Iran is more capable than the Trump administration is publicly acknowledging. Sources say that Iran is more capable than the Trump administration is publicly acknowledging. Well, as a broadcast, thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell, and that is to help the NewsSpin channel grow. We conclude with our song, The Babies or Babies First K. Goodbye.
The heat is palpable haze shimmers off the asphalt. The air is thick with the scent of fried fish, ripe mangoes, and exhaust fumes. It is loud, a symphony of haggling engines and clattering metal. A small battered transistor radio sits on a wooden crate next to a pile of green bananas. The casing is cracked. The voice coming from it is polished, smooth, contrasting sharply with the gritty surroundings. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. Non, 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 non. Pour voter Bali, c'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. Moi, voyons bien homme, qu'a marché, qu'a parlé. Il a fait grand plan, tout pays a changé. Il dit, en l'idée qui tout à fait bon pour voter Bali. C'est ça qu'a dit nous toutefois. I got him when il dit moins comme ça. Il n'y a un plan pour femme qui a fait maman là. Rose steps closer to the radio, as if challenging the box. Mais les moins ton ça, il dit moi t'es kaele. Mais la moins ton ça, il dit moi t'es kaele. She stops peeling, she looks up directly into the lens. Parce que non ça, perdit tête li. C'est ça qui veut. $1000, yon seule fois. Mwen zi ou, nom sa pa konet choukoum. She slams the flat of the blade onto the wood. I di, I ka bay $1000 yon sel fwa. Pou anti-mamay, pou l'école, pou docteur, epi pampe win. Choukoum resume spilling, faster now a gitene. I di sa suffisant, pou soin ti fi epi garçon. I di sa suffisant. Burn with frustration. The sunlight catches the sweat on her upper lip. Gade moti, gade yon dezon. She leans in, whispering now, intense, conspiratorial. Nam sa pa konet choukoum, I pa konet la via. I pa konet la via.